All right, now we're going to talk to you about dumping your black and gray tanks. You can see we're on the driver's side towards the back. There's a compartment. On the right hand side is where you're going to find a lot of the things you need. There will be gloves there. There will be a bag for a connector. And then you're going to find your hose, which we already have out for you, is back here in the bumper. You just pull this out right here and it stores right in here. It's a little tight, but you can pull it out and wiggle it out. There's two 10-foot lengths. Most of the time you're only going to need one, but if you need two, if you go to the other side of the bumper, the other length is in the other side of the bumper. You can connect the two so that you have a 20-foot length that you can use. Now, if you see here, they come and they'll have a little cap on them. This cap twists off like that, and these go right here on the bottom. You're gonna pull this cap off, twist it off, and then you're gonna come over here and twist this cap on. Make sure that it twists all the way and connects. You don't want that to disconnect on you, okay? We're gonna get the rest of this hooked up here real quick, and we'll show you how to actually dump. All right, so you're gonna take the cap off the other end, and then you've got this connector right here. You're gonna come here and lock it just like you did on the other one. Make sure it locks all the way. Now this connector, depending on where you're at, either is a drop-in or it has these different ones that can screw in. If they screw in, you can take this off and screw it in to the one that you need to so it holds there. For this one, it just has a drop-in, the one we're at right here. So we'll adjust this to go in right here, and this top comes down on top and holds it down. So right now we have it connected. So we come down here and we've got two different levers, okay? So you've got your black valve and your gray valve. The black valve is the one that you want to pull first to empty that. So we're gonna pull that and you just pull it straight out, okay? And when that happens, you're gonna have it run down through and run out. You wanna make sure that it runs. Sometimes it can take 5 or 6 minutes, up to 10 minutes. You make sure that everything's good and not running through the clear. You'll come back here, close it up, and now we pull the gray water. You always do the gray water second because that flushes out your sewer line. So now we pull this. And you should be able to see here, it's pushing. This clear window helps you to be able to see when it's done or when it's not. So we can sit and wait for that to be done. And then after we're done here, we'll show you how to flush out the system. All right, now that we know that this is done, we can see down here, you'll be able to see that there's no more water running in. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you empty out all the water out of the hose. So I start at this end and I'm going to lift it, and you can see the excess water going through. Make sure that it's all the way out. Okay? We're going to come back here and we're going to close the gray. Now this is really important. We're going to show you how to flush. You only need to flush when you're at the very end of your trip, okay? With the water hooked up. The most important part is to have the black valve open. So we open it back up, all the way open. And then the next thing we do is we have our water hooked up. We make sure that we have the water pressure valve on, which is found back in the compartment. We make sure that the valve up here is turned to the side so it's not letting water through. And now we can turn this on. So that puts water through. We see that it's not too high. It's regulating the water. Now we can turn this on like this. Now it will flush water all the way through the system, all the way through the black water, and will flush out the sewer completely. and water will start to flow down here. It takes a few minutes for the water to start to flow. So you can see it starting to clear out now. And when we're done with this, we'll show you guys how to clean up. Okay, now you've emptied it all out. We see that there's no longer water flowing. You once again start here. Well, actually, close your black valve first. Make sure it closes all the way. Okay, all the way. Now we start here, and we're gonna lift up so that we get all the water out of the hose, because you don't want to take that off and still have water in the hose. Okay, it's good and empty. So now we have all the water shut off. Now we're gonna take off the lines, okay? So you're gonna come over here, take this out, take this off, and we're gonna put it back in the bag. Okay? We put that away back there. Now we're gonna come here and we're gonna disconnect. Once you've disconnected, you make sure and put the cap back on. And make sure you screw it on all the way, tight. Okay? Both valves are closed. So now, we want to make sure we put the caps on. So here's one cap. Make sure that it clicks. Now this cap right here, we're going to quickly make sure that everything's out. Okay, we drained it really good. This cap here, you don't want to put it on all the way just yet. We're going to keep it kind of loose. Because when we come back here to the bumper, if you don't have this on loose, this can't compress air out of it and it'll be hard to get back in. So all you do is come here, push it back in, it's able to go in all the way. Now you come and tighten that up. Push that in. Push that on tight. And then you take off your hoses, wind them up, put them back in the spot, and that's it. You're all done. Okay, we're back inside after we've just flushed the black and gray tanks. We want to make sure that when you're done with that, you come in and that you're putting in a tablet in there to make sure that we don't get some bad smells, because you can get some bad smells from an empty tank. So one of the first things you want to do is come over and turn on your water pump on the control panel. You're then going to take one of these deodorizing tablets. You're going to drop it down in the toilet. You're going to step on the flush and hold it down for approximately 10 seconds to add some water in there so that this will dissolve and deodorize. Other than that, you should be good, and you can enjoy the bathroom after that.